Crispus Attucks, Eugene Goodman, Lieutenant Michael Byrd, Melvin Bragg, Justin Jones, Justin Pearson. Please remember those names because I'm going to get back to them. I'm making this very impromptu, free-flowing, early morning video here in Marmaris, Turkey, where I'm at right now, because of what's happening in Tennessee. What's happening in Tennessee, or what has happened in Tennessee, relates to two things that I talk about on my channel quite often. Mass shootings in the United States of America, America's obsession with guns and allowing them to proliferate on our streets and in our hands, and global anti-blackness. In case you don't know, about a week ago, maybe a little bit more, there was an American tradition that transpired in Nashville, Tennessee. A mass shooting at a school. 3 children, all under the age of 10, I believe all 9-year-olds, and 3 adults were sacrificed to America's God, the gun. Yes, every year, ritualistically and randomly, thousands of Americans have to be shot and killed to satiate the gun, America's God, America's Lord and Savior. Forget being like any other first world nation that has active gun control or explicitly prohibits its citizens from having guns. No, Americans have the right to allow our children to be killed in school. God damn it, we need this right. You take away that right, we might as well be a communist nation like Cuba or something. I blame critical race theory for all these mass shootings in America. That's right. It's not the gun. It's goddamn drag shows. Anyway, so this mass shooting happens in Tennessee, and Tennesseans naturally are very pissed, and some of them head down to the state capitol and start protesting that the state legislature start doing more than just, banning drag shows and trying to abolish abortion rights and, banning books related to critical race theory. They actually demanded that the Republican-controlled state legislature of Tennessee actually do something and actually try to, maybe limit how guns are sold. Maybe make it harder for an 18-year-old to get an AR-15 or any weapon. Maybe they could do something like that. And as these citizens of Tennessee are protesting for their government to do something, 3 Democratic lawmakers, representatives who were there, decided to join in with the protest. Justin Jones, Justin Pearson, and Gloria Johnson. Justin Jones, Justin Pearson are black men. Gloria Johnson is a white woman. All 3 of them are members of the Democratic Party. They all 3 get censured for speaking out of turn, which is against state legislature decorum, the rules. And now they were up for a vote to be expelled. And Justin Jones and Justin Pearson were both expelled. The 2 black guys who are protesting get expelled for speaking up, wanting Tennesseans to be safe, at least in their public schools. Speaking up, trying to get gun reform passed in America. The white woman who did the same thing as these 2 other black guys got to keep her job. Justin Jones and Justin Pearson now have to run for re-election back in their districts. The state legislature just disenfranchised hundreds of thousands, maybe millions of people, and got rid of their representatives. Now these Republican politicians in Tennessee are going to run heavy campaigns to try to get their guys elected instead of Justin Jones and Justin Pearson for their districts. It's all political, but it's also still so sad and still blatantly racist how the 2 black guys get in trouble and the white woman gets to walk free in this case. There's a lot to say also about America's obsession with guns, America's obstinance to change, America's just sick nature in focusing on the wrong things, instead of trying to actually get mad that guns continue to take lives of children every year. The number 1 killer of young people in America is the gun. We decide to punish people who speak up against it, who decide to protest and voice their concerns about it. There's still even more to say about black men continuing to cape for America. The first person to ever die to fight for America's freedom was a black man named Crispus Attucks. during the Boston Massacre, where the British soldiers shot at Americans who were protesting against the colonial rule, Crispus Attucks, a black man, was the first one to take a bullet and die for American freedom. On January 6th, when those racist, xenophobic, crazy, nutty Trump supporters tried to storm the Capitol and take back their government, it was a Capitol officer named Eugene Goodman, who tricked the people who were in the Capitol very close to the Senate floor to run the other way in the hallway instead of going down the other way of the hallway that would have led those protesters to the Senate floor, where they could have killed all the politicians and hung Mike Pence and all the other weird stuff they could have done. It was a Capitol officer named Lieutenant Michael Byrd who shot that crazy bitch, Ashley Babbitt, who was trying to break into the Senate floor through the glass. Two black men saved America that day. Eugene Goodman and Lieutenant Michael Byrd helped keep American democracy together. Donald Trump is being prosecuted by the state of New York through a prosecutor named Melvin Bragg. Donald Trump should have been held accountable for many a crime a long time ago, and he got to skate by for a long time because he's a rich, powerful white man in America. And Melvin Bragg, the first prosecutor with some nuts to actually try to take this man on. Another black man trying to protect American democracy, to make sure that the powerful are held accountable. And Justin Jones and Justin Pearson, two black men who were trying to speak up for all Tennesseans, not just black Tennesseans, not just poor Tennesseans, not just a certain segment, all Tennesseans, to try to make sure that we can send our kids to school and walk the streets safely and go to the supermarket safely without the threat of gun violence. These two black men have been chastised for that, punished for that. When will we as black people realize that America is irreparable? It is irreparable, not just because of the white supremacist ideology that permeates the minds and souls of American people and its institutions, but also America's obsession with just being stupid. America's obsessions with keeping guns. America's obsession with fake freedoms, allowing true freedom to be taken away while we don't have the freedom to live in peace and safety. It's ridiculous. This is why I stand by the Blacksit movement. This is why I stand by everything I say on my channel, because I always seem to be proven right. I have been proven right consistently. I said when I was covering mass shootings consistently, this will continue to happen. There will be another school mass shooting. I've continued to say consistently, America will make sure that it will refuse to change no matter what. And we will allow more and more Americans to die as long as our deity, the gun, is satiated. And America will continue to be a place of double standards for black men. Black people, we need to stop caping for America. Nobody gets to choose where they're born. I'm not saying that everybody has to leave, but I'm saying we cannot be surprised when these outcomes happen. We cannot be surprised that our people continue to try to fight for American democracy, and stupid, reactionary, right-wing, conservative nuts refuse to change, even at the expense of their own people. One more thing I'll leave you with. How can we expect white supremacist America to change and keep us safe from the threat of violence when they don't even care when little white children are killed in schools? They don't care. Sandy Hook happened. A lot of white kids murdered on the floor. This Nashville, Tennessee shooting, white children, bodies everywhere. It happens every year. It will happen again, unfortunately. Not that I want it to happen, but it will. How can we expect America to keep us safe when they don't even really care about themselves? Think about it. Justin Jones, Justin Pearson, these guys are heroes. I hope they get their jobs back. I hope they get reelected. And I hope we can have a better world for everybody. Rest in peace to the people that lost their lives in the Nashville shooting. My name is Simon Hill.